They say that speed kills, and in a sport such as rugby, no words could ring truer. Usually we associate speed with the players out wide, flying down the wings and dotting down in the corners. But as rugby has evolved over the years, the need for more well-rounded players in every position has become a must. Yes, nowadays we see towering locks such as R.G. Schneemann throwing wild offloads that would make even Sonny Bill Williams proud. The same can be said for speed and athleticism. While the big boys up front are still paid for their scrumming and line-out ability, we've seen the scope of their talents change as the game changes with it. So stay tuned as we take a deep dive into rugby's fastest players in each position, from number 1 right through to number 15. If you believe we've left anyone out, be sure to let us know down below in the comments. Perhaps we'll have a volume 3 soon enough to include them. If we did miss anyone on this list, well, they may have featured in our first volume of rugby's fastest players in each position, so be sure to check that video out if you haven't. We'll put a link down in the description below. But before we get into seeing who's got some serious wheels, we ask you to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support and comments help us to keep producing great rugby content, and it's always much appreciated. But with that being said, let's get started with number 1, loose head prop. To put out a quick disclaimer before we even get started, today we will only be looking at players currently playing rugby. So before you bite our head off to tell us that Shane Williams is the fastest player you've ever seen, remember that he has since retired. Right, now we get to the first name on the team sheet, the loose head prop. Are props known for speed? Of course not. But of the two props on the field, the loose head tends to be a bit more mobile. So to start off, we know him best for not eating salads and destroying the English scrum. It's Oxenchae. The bot prop can seriously move when he needs to, and Che has a great explosive turn of pace for someone who's been heralded as being built like a bar fridge by his head coach, Hooker. Now we fly across the Indian Ocean to the land of the long white cloud to give recognition to a hooker who runs like a centre. Asafa Oumua has finally begun to realise his potential in the black jersey, and a big part of that has been thanks to his incredible speed. Could he be New Zealand's next Dan Coles? Let us know down below. Tight head prop. Next we come to the big men with number 3 on their backs. We know the last thing tight head props should be considered for is their pace, but is there any sight more beautiful than when a tight head prop breaks the defence and makes his way to the try line? So for the tight head props, our selection goes to none other than Big Ben Tamafuna. Perhaps a bit quicker in his younger days than we see now, but regardless, the 150kg prop reaches speeds which defy belief for someone of his size. Known more for his bone-crunching tackles and strong carries, believe it or not, the monster from Tonga can even kick for goal if needed. Number 4, lock. Our first Northern Hemisphere player comes in at number 4, and it is the supremely athletic Maro Itoje. For such a big man, Itoje has proven time and time again that he has the skills and speed of a back. Capable of covering the flank thanks to his ability to get around the park, Itoje is one of the first names in Steve Borthwick's side, and it's easy to see why. Number 5, lock. From one athletic lock to another, in at number 5 is All Black Tupolve. The lock forward stands at 2 meters tall, but that doesn't stop him from showing he's got some legs when it comes to carrying the ball. Filling the shoes of Brodie Retallick and Sam Whitelock was never going to be easy, but so far he has certainly impressed. Open side flank. To make space for the men we have at 8th man, we placed England 8 Ben Earl on the flank. Earl is a game breaker at the back of the scrum and has an incredible turn of pace when he decides to put his foot on the gas pedal. The Saracen speeder has made a name for himself as one of the Red Roses' go-to men. Blindside flank. You'd be forgiven for thinking the man we've picked as the fastest 7 in the world is a backline player. This speaks to the speed of French international Sekou Makalu. Whether it's as a super sub, a makeshift winger against the Springboks, or in his preferred position of flank, Makalu can tear defences apart with his destructive ball carrying and scary speed. Equally adept on either flank, he provides Fabien Galti with a unique option to introduce against tiring opposition forwards. 8th man. Wearing number 8 in our team of the world's fastest is the world's best super sub, Quagga Smith. Whether he's coming off the bench, starting on the flank, or behind the scrum, Quagga runs circles around the opposition. The former 7-star is known for his blistering pace, which sets him apart from most other forwards in World Rugby. A proud member of the bomb squad, and quite possibly the world's fittest player too, Quagga Smith is a uniquely talented forward capable of leaving backline players in his dust. Scrum half. If you've been watching any of the Sharks games in the URC, then you know when it comes to scrum halves, one man stands head and shoulders above the rest in the pace department, and that is the electric Grant Williams. The Springbok tears through defences and leaves would-be tacklers for dead, putting outside backs to shame when he's given the smallest of gaps. He could just be one of the fastest players in the world at the moment. Fly half. Our fastest pick at fly half in Volume 2 of this series is England star man Marcus Smith. Smith can cover both fly half and fullback and always looks to take on the line with his acceleration and game-breaking ability. Few tens can match the Quins fly half in a sprint. Left wing. At left wing, we've gone with a player who has burst onto the scene in the colours of Le Bleu. Louis Bielbiare is the talk of the town at the moment as one of the world's hottest young prospects. With the upcoming Six Nations, this could be a real breakthrough year for the scrum cap wielding winger. Bielbiare has pace to burn and is arguably the world's fastest player. Can you think of anyone quicker? Let us know in the comments down below. Inside centre. Now we come to inside centre. The 12s of the modern game usually fit one of two profiles. Either they're a second ball player such as Owen Farrell, or they're a bruising ball carriers such as Bundy Aki. For our pick at 12, we've twisted the rules ever so slightly. Yes, usually he appears on the wing, but for the Fijian national side, he starts at 12. So for our choice as the world's fastest in his position, it's none other than Joshua Tuisova. The man with the biggest calves in World Rugby is also probably the hardest individual to tackle. Why, you ask? Well, it's because Tuisova mixes pace and power better than almost anyone in the world, and that's why he gets the nod at inside centre. A truly frightening player. Outside centre. At 13 is a man who we've all become very used to seeing show off his incredible pace. All Black outside centre Rieko Ioane has been dominating the international scene for a number of years now and continues to prove just how quick he is. Quick with carrying the ball and chirping Johnny Sexton, whether it's on the wing like in his younger years or in the middle of the park, the outcome is usually the same. Rieko can't be caught. Right wing. If he wasn't trying to make waves in the NRL, our pick at right winger would have been another Louis, this time Louis Rees-Zammit. But given his absence from the rugby field of late, we'll shift our focus to a man who has just made his return to the rugby field following a 2-year recovery after being in a tragic car crash. Former Sevens extraordinaire Siabelo Senatla has set his sights on returning to the heights he once reached. A big reason for reaching those heights was due to his searing speed down the wing. Senatla thrived in the broken field universe of Sevens rugby and made waves when appearing for the Stormers in front of the old Newlands faithful. With a comeback complete, we hope to see him blitzing past opponents soon enough. Fullback. Fullback was a real tough one to round out our team. Sure, we could have gone for known speedsters such as Will Jordan or Afelele Fassi, but we've chosen to give flowers to a player who doesn't always receive them, and that man is Italian superstar Ange Capuozzo. A diminutive fullback is Italy's answer to Cheslin Colby, and wow, he is a joy to watch. Gutsy, exciting and electrifying with ball in hand, Capuozzo will be one to watch in this year's Six Nations and is a solid option for the fastest player wearing 15 today. It was never going to be easy choosing only one player per position when we know there are so many out there with unbelievable speed, but that is why our comments are open for you to tell us who you would have chosen instead. We look forward to all your suggestions, and we advise you to keep an eye out because your choices might just appear in Volume 3. As always, thanks for watching. We are so grateful for the love our channel is receiving of late, and we couldn't do it without your support. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications to see when we've uploaded our next hit piece. Until next time, bye bye for now.